Hey guys, Jill here from Ask About Tech. Today we're out on the beautiful lake and we brought our dogs along with us. And I just kind of want to talk a little bit about safety with your pets on the boat. A couple things that come to mind are if your pet can or cannot swim, that's really important to know before you put them on a boat. If they're on the boat with you and they can't swim and for some reason they fall off, that's a big deal. If your dog cannot swim, it's definitely a good idea to get them a life jacket and make sure that they're wearing it at all times. Making sure that your pet has a collar on with proper identification, which is really important so that if they do get away from you, if they do make it out of the boat and they swim to shore, that someone can contact you. Some dogs need to have their collar and leash on all times in the boat. Things to watch out for if your pets are on the boat is wildlife. Any kind of wildlife that's along the shore or swimming in the water behind you or in front of you, your pet may just want to run after it. And if they think that they're on land and they jump out and then they're wet and they're splashing around in the water, that just makes a hazard for you and your boatmates. It definitely is no fun to retrieve a wet dog out of the water that is below the edge of your boat. That really sucks. So do the best you can to keep them in the boat. Birds will fly over, such as seagulls, geese, ducks, and then along the shoreline you might see deer or raccoon, or any other kind of wildlife for that matter. Also, if you're fishing on a lake that has a lot of houses around you, there could be other dogs barking at you or barking at something, playing fetch, what have you, and you want to make sure that your babies are safe. Also, thinking about people that live around a lake, they're entitled to do fireworks when and wherever they want. So if your dog is scared of fireworks, make sure that you are aware of that could happen. People do light fireworks off, especially around Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day. So it's pretty popular on lakes that have houses around them. So just be cautious of that. Bringing some water along for your pet is a great idea. They do get thirsty out on the boat and the sun is really warm. Getting them a drink is super important. Also bring maybe a bone or two, like the kind that they can chew on and keep themselves busy, toys, things like that, that they can play with in the boat and also be out of underneath your feet. We have a deck up here on the front of our boat that allows them to be up here if they want to be. It's kind of a good place actually for them because they can be out of the way for us fishing and just to not be disturbed while they're resting. Man, it's a beautiful night tonight. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, like, and share it off with a friend who might enjoy this content. Also, I have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description of this video if you found value and like to buy me a coffee. Because who doesn't love coffee? Want more perks? Become a channel member and get exclusive members-only content. There are different levels of membership for you to choose from. Another thing to think about is potty breaks. Make sure you take your dog potty before you get on the boat, and then that way you don't have to stop the boat, pull off, find a spot to beach it, let them go potty, get back on the boat and try to load them that way. It's really hard. So much easier to load your dog in from the dock. The lake we're on right now, we don't have a dock, so we load them on shore. Somebody stays in the boat with them. The boat gets backed into the water. That's another danger. You could run your dog over while you're backing your boat in. So make sure you keep track of your pets too while you're backing the boat in because accidents happen. Just be cautious of all that. Something most people don't consider is live bait on the boat. If your dog is left unattended or you're reeling in a fish or whatever, they might be able to get into that live bait and eat it. Worms and their bedding don't smell good to us, but we're not a dog. They can find trouble anywhere. Also, live leeches can pose a threat to your dog if they were to get on your dog. And they're really nasty to pull off. Plastic or rubber fake worms and bait pose a risk as well. If they're ingested, usually there's a hook inside of them, and that can be bad. Also, if your dog were to eat a hook, the best thing that you can do is not try to pull it back out. You're going to want to cut the line and then tie the line to their collar, and they don't swallow it deeper. That would be a vet emergency, and you need to take them right to the vet. This here is a fish attractant that is found in a lot of fishing boats, and it says right here, not for human or pet consumption. Make sure you keep this away from your pets and don't let them lick the floor where it's been sprayed. In our boat, we have this little ledge here that dogs like to put their feet up on, and then it puts them to be able to look over. But that is dangerous because they could easily jump out. or they could get up on this part and jump out. Just be cautious. We keep our net up so nobody gets tangled in it. As you can see, these two are really roughing it out here on the boat. Charlie's been snoring the whole time. And Maya, she just loves to watch the wildlife in the water and on shore. One more hazardous thing I forgot to mention is when you're reeling your line in. It makes noise and a little bit of splashing. That might be enough just to make your dog jump out. Making sure that all hooks are stored safely away from your pet. As you can see, that one right there is a well-used hook that we really like. Making sure that that is either stored in like a rod holder like this guy right here. Like this fishing rod right here. Or this one. And so if we're going to leave this hook on there when we travel, we will definitely put it in a rod holder or in the compartment in our boat that's right here. And we keep all of our hooks and stuff locked in a tackle box unless we're using them. Just a really good idea so nobody steps on one. This is what we like to use in the boat. It's an insect repellent. It does have DEET in it. It does help with these stupid flies that are out and about. So to conclude this video, make sure your pets are safe. Make sure that they are wearing a life jacket if they cannot swim. And make sure that any hooks that are up off the floor so they don't get a hook in their foot or in their face. And if they're a very highly reactive dog that might jump at a fish or something like that, make sure that you can control them so that they don't get a hook in their mouth. Because a fish flopping around is a lot of fun, especially for a dog who may have never seen that before. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And I'm here for you, you're here for your pet. Have a great day.